smells good though, right?
It does smell good, really good. It looks good too.
Should I go have a chat and kind of be like, should I go have a chat and be like, do you want to talk about this chaos? Or you're just over it?
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, I'm asking.
Yeah, sure. Come on in. I was just taking a nap.
I don't know what the fuck kickstarted this. Had nothing to do with it.
You know, Cody wasn't in the room. He had nothing to do with it.
What room?
With the whole Raven thing. Why are you looking at me?
Are you positive?
Like that? Yes.
Because I was
Raven
told he
and I
wasn't
had
in the
it.
room. No. After that.
No.
After that conversation.
No.
I know you and her talked in the Rose room, but then you all talked.
When I confronted her about it, I asked her initially, can you come and talk to me in the Rose room? And it was just her and I. And I was like, what I just saw was really sketchy. And
what did you see? I still don't understand what the fuck happened.
I went over to grab my stuff, and in that corner between the storage and where the wall extends, I saw Jason, Kevin, and Raven, who I never see talking to Jason and Kevin, so it's just fucking weird, sitting right next to them, and the three of them are whispering, and then I see through the reflection of the glass, Jason go like this, and then the whispering stops, and they all start talking. Looks really sketchy from my perspective. So then I said to Raven, can I talk to you for a second? I was alone. Raven and I went into the Rose room, and I said, what I just saw sketches me out. And considering the situation going on this week, I don't appreciate that. And it looks bad, is what I said. It hurt her feelings. She got upset. She brought Cody and I in here. Cody and I had a conversation with her. And then she went back out there. Jason and came talking. Alex kept saying Raven's crying. I went to go check on Raven and squash it. And that's that. I think that what happened was really sketchy.
Why has chaos erupted?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
So what I took away from it was that Cody was being aggressive and Raven was crying. So I can't just sit and not say anything. That is under the impression that I completely was in that moment.
That's funny because Cody wasn't in the room when it all happened. And he wasn't even aware.
She said that in the first one. She was. She said that. She said it was you and her, and then when she came in, that's when she walked down and started crying. So I even asked Cody, but he didn't answer me. So at this point, dude, everybody's just uncomfortable with him. And it's even more so than it was before.
He honestly didn't do anything. That's the funny part. I did it. So if people want to blame Cody, like, go for it. But he literally had zero part in it. The only thing he said to Raven, because when Raven asked Cody and I to come into this room, he still didn't know what transpired in the back room. So he had no idea what she was even talking about until she left and I had to explain it to him. The only thing he said to her was, why are you so against me in this game? And she said that if she didn't go against him, it would put a target on her back because that's what the rest of the house wants. And he said, okay, I understand that. I respect that. And that was the end of it. She gave him a hug and a kiss and she walked out of the room.
Well, then people come in here and say one thing and then they come outside and say another thing.
Yeah, cool. Like, I don't really understand it.
Well, I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I did what I could. I didn't say anything during the veto.
But Jason did.
That is none of my... I didn't tell him anything. I didn't talk to him, and that's none of my fucking business. If you didn't have that conversation with him, can you really blame him?
Huh? Can I blame him for saying something to Cody? Let's put it this way. I don't know Holly, but he's described Holly, and she sounds like a badass chick. And if someone put her husband down and complimented her, she wouldn't stand for that. Same situation. I've already expressed to the house that I'm going to defend Cody, and if people want something from me, the continue disrespect that they show to him, I'm not going to choose someone else's side over Cody.
Jason was not a part of that.
What happened, I think, was completely inappropriate.
Right.
again.
Nobody's arguing that it's not inappropriate, but
Hi.
nobody had a part. Who was that?
Mark.
Nobody had a part. Nobody. Those 6 people in the room, Jason was left out of the dark.
Elena, please go to the diary room.
So are you telling me that when... Are you telling me that when that speech happened that you weren't any... You didn't
I don't
have
have
a
to egg
conversation
anyone
with
to
him?
say anything to Cody. I don't have to do that. So when I told you I would not say anything to Cody out of respect for you asking me, I did not say anything to Cody. But you didn't ask Jason that, and I didn't tell Jason to do anything.
If the house wants to team up and call someone every name in the book, then that's perfectly fine. But like, I'm not gonna be a part of it.
Nobody's asking you to be a part of anything.
I
The fact that
disagree with how everybody in the house is handling it. I just do.
perception and facts are different things in this game.
And my perception is that where this game is being taken is completely out of line.
It is out of line.
I expressed
but that's
that
this
yesterday.
game. This game goes out of line.
And I'm expressing it again today. Well, I expect people to stand up for themselves and for what they think is incorrect. And when Josh is going off the rails like this, cool, there's a line. But when he's banging pots and pans in Mark's face for 20 minutes, and then Mark reacts and he's the only one that gets... There's a lot going on in this game that I do not agree with. And it's not just with Cody.
But how can one dictate somebody else's actions?
I think you know how much power you have in this house, and if you ask someone to stop doing something,
Really? Because
they
I've
will
told Josh to stop a
respond.
few times. But when Josh responds with, I've been personally attacked, so I have no sympathy or empathy, so I'm going to personally attack back, what more can I say? If there's anybody who has told people to pump the brakes, it's me. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I've had that conversation with Cody. I've had that conversation with Josh, and I've had that conversation with Mark. If I really wanted it to happen, I wouldn't say shit. But when a response is, I have been personally attacked myself, so I don't give a fuck, then I can't say anything.
People in this house are allowing Josh to act like that because they have not been attacked by Josh. As someone who has been attacked by Josh, I will continue to say what he's doing is wrong. And for him to be playing the victim now is a bold move. Because he didn't play the
You are
victim
not
when he
allowed
was...
to talk about your diary room
He wasn't
sessions
playing a
with
victim
other
when he was
house
attacking
guests.
me. He was on the offense and I was on the defense, and everybody still stood on the sidelines. And the only time I ever heard anybody say stop was because it was distracting to also Ramses and Christmas as well. That was the only time I ever heard anybody say stop to him then.
When he stood up and was giving a speech during my nomination, I told him to stop.
He also said that you had a hand in him saying that, and I've already expressed that to you.
Are you sure he said that?
I'm not making that up.
Well, then he is. Because that just doesn't fucking add up. Why would I tell him to stop in a speech if I had also fueled him to say it? Why would I stop him?
I don't know. I don't understand a lot of things that are going on in this house. I just know that I don't like the way that this game is being played. And if I see someone doing something, if I don't care who I have to defend in a situation, if I think that someone's crossing a line, I'm going to verbalize it. And people in this house should learn that about me already. We're on day 41, and I've stood up for multiple people in this house, including you at one point. So I would appreciate the personal attacks to stop. And if we're going to play a game and all live together, maybe we could do it differently.
I'm one person. And as
I
much as
understand
power
that.
as you think I have in this house, I think you're wrong.
Okay.
I have so much power. But I cannot control people. You are accusing me of doing and also accusing me of having something that is contradicting with one and the other.
I think that you have power in this house. I think that you
To a
use
certain
that power
extent.
when you want to, and then when you don't want to use it, I think that you use it I think that you say that you don't have any power. And
Give me an example.
you literally are playing a psychological game with these people in this house, and I appreciate it as a fan of this show.
Explain. How am I playing a psychological game
I think
with
that
people?
you are playing a great game. Bravo to you. I really do. But as someone who is living in this house, I wish that you used your power for a little bit more. I don't know.
But if I'm playing a psychological game with people, explain to me how I am psychologically playing a game. What defines how I'm playing a psychological game with people?
What is your biggest strategy in this game? How would you define it? In one
Surviving week by
adjective.
week.
In one adjective, what do you play? Are you playing the social game? Are you playing the competitive game? Are you playing the psychological game? There's nothing wrong with any of those
But I don't
things.
understand what you mean by
There's no
psychological.
wrong way
It's a broad
to play
term.
the game. I think that you have power over people because you are a veteran in this game and they seek approval by you. And I think that you use that.
I don't think they seek approval. People ask me for advice. I give them advice, but I don't tell them to take it. I say, this is my advice. It's your game. Do what you want. And I've even had conversations with you like that,
I am aware of that.
where I don't push you to make a decision. I just tell you because you ask me. So is it that I have that power or people are just asking me shit and I answer? But I
Both.
never tell someone, you should do this, because I don't want them to turn around and say, Paul said I should do this. So no, I don't do that. And week by week, I cover my own ass, because so far in this game, not many people have covered mine. But I've covered a whole lot of other people who are too afraid to do things. But I'm not afraid, because I came here to play a game.
Same.
Exactly. So the comment about psychologically having power over people, I don't think that it's my approval that they're looking for. They ask for my advice and they do what they want.
I disagree. But that's just how I'm viewing things.
That's fine. But I'm telling you, I don't think I have as much pull as you think I do. And if I did have that pull, explain to me why I would use it in this scenario.
Why does using any psychological pull to protect us, that doesn't benefit you in this game. As long as there are bigger targets than you and everybody's eyes are on us, that's great for you.
Okay, so...
And it's not just you, it's great for a lot of people in this house.
So, to give you that scenario, assuming I have this psychological pull to protect you and Cody, why would I do that? Because you and Cody have protected me?
I have.
Cody's
actually.
protected me?
Cody is a direct influence on how I play. I had power to make moves during my HOH. You
Right.
guys having your little like battle.
There is
you
no
guys
battle.
Both chose to participate in that.
It's said and done. It's done.
What's done?
I said it's said and done. Whatever.
There's no battle. I did not initiate a battle. I never hinted at a battle.
But you two have continued to play it, and
When somebody disrespects me, I will continue to play it. So again, if I did have said psychological pull, explain to me why I would use it in this scenario. I respect you enough to when you tell me not to say anything, I won't. And I don't. Because you asked me. And like you said, you two are different things in this game.
I just have a hard
But then
time.
when shit hits the fan,
I have a hard time believing that Jason came up with that speech on his own.
You can have a hard time.
I'm being completely honest with you. I have a hard
so
time
you
believing that.
believe, after what we talked about yesterday, that I sat Jason down and I told him to do that. And I gave him the words to use when he used it.
I'm not saying all of that, but I just don't believe that he opted alone on this whole situation.
Maybe he didn't. But why do you assume that I was involved in it if I told you I wouldn't say anything? If I was involved in it, I would have continued to say things. But I did not, because I made my word to you.
Things have been said to you on a personal note where you have felt attacked in this game. Did you appreciate it?
No.
Okay.
So, not appreciating it, but still respecting your word not to say anything. If said psychological pull existed, why would I use it? When I have not gotten any protection. Sure, you didn't nominate me. But if you're saying I have all that power, then nominating me would have done no good. I'm just giving you a rebuttal to your argument. You put up Ramses. That was a great move. And we sent him home. But you also made the same promise to everybody in this house.
What promise?
Except for Josh and Ramses.
what promise?
That you wouldn't put them up as long as they didn't put you and Cody up.
And look at how well that worked.
When you make the same promise to everybody, that no longer becomes a promise.
That I wouldn't put people up. I can only nominate 2 people.
Right, and the 2 people you chose to nominate were the people you didn't tell that promise to.
Correct.
Because you
so I
believe
kept
that
my
they weren't
word.
strong players.
I kept my word to people.
True, but people didn't really appreciate it when they found out you gave your word to every single person.
That I wouldn't nominate them.
Look, I'm one person.
That
the
logic
entire
literally
house.
makes 0 sense in my mind.
I told you perception is more than more than logic or facts in this game sometimes.
So please break that perception down for me, because I told people that I was going to keep them safe this week and I just wanted the same thing in return. How is that logic perceived as something negative?
So, when you make a promise to everybody, except for the two people you nominate, but you claim one is a pawn and one is someone you clearly don't like, when you tell everybody, I'm not going to nominate you, but please don't nominate Cody and I, then everybody felt morally obligated not to nominate you and Cody. So forcing them to turn on each other. But the house figured that that was a strange deal. That is cutting a deal with the entire house as opposed to cutting a deal with...
I know.
You can disagree, but you asked me to break that perception down, and I'm breaking it down for you.
So asking people to respect the fact that Cody and I didn't want to get separated before jury is then making me... People can't get behind that, even though they looked me in the face saying that they did, and then they felt morally obligated. So in spite of their morals, they decided to spit on us.
Not everybody is going to keep their word in this game.
Clearly.
Clearly. I'm telling you that. I've told you that.
Oh, this is a funny game.
It's just the game.
No, it's people.
It's people in the game.
Cody and I, sitting in this room together, I'm making it very clear that we think the same way about this game. He is not forcing me to do anything. I am not forcing him to do anything. I don't like when people are sitting here saying that, implying that I don't have a brain of my own. I do. If people have an issue with how we are playing this game, great. We're just going to hang out with people who think alike then.
I don't think anybody's taking that away from you. But, again, you two are in this room while the rest of the house is out there. And if you don't care, that's fine. I'm not trying to tell you to do anything otherwise. But I don't think people's shtick are with you.
Christmas, please go to the diary room.
This is not me trying to put a weird situation in the room. So, there's no skin off my back. You have a temptation, you have a power, do what you want with it. I'm not twisting your arm, I don't need to twist your arm, I don't need to put you in a corner and tell you things. You can do whatever you want in this game.
Well, I'm going to use the temptation because apparently people's moral dilemmas in this game and spitting on me because they felt obligated to turn on each other, this is the only person that I trust in this house.
That's fine.
My agenda is very clear.
That's fine.
I don't need to whisper and sneak around.
Neither do I.
There's no wrong way to play this game. Everyone plays it differently. If you want me to
Absolutely.
respect everybody in this house...
I don't want you to do anything. I don't care what you do with your own game. I told you what I needed to tell you. That is a choice that you're making. Go ahead and make it.
Okay.
I'm not here to push you one way or the other. I just laid it out for you, as I had the power this week. It's as I go. But I don't appreciate my name getting tossed around behind my back.
When?
Unless 9 people are lying to me.
Oh, I've spoken to all 9 people.
Apparently they've overheard.
Dude, I don't even speak to a third of this house. Like, literally a third. So. And you have eyeballs.
I do.
You should know that. So the 9 number doesn't work.
Maybe not all 9. But overhearing things.
Okay.
Not necessarily talking to them,
Okay.
but just overhearing.
All 9 people are eavesdroppers now.
Yeah, you're living in a tight, confined house. Some people eavesdrop. You can't assume that everybody's going to play the game that you...
I don't expect anybody to play any kind of game with me. That point's been made clear to me weeks ago. So expect anybody in this house to be under the impression that I'm going to play anyone else's game.
Nobody wants you to play anyone else's game.
Cool. Well, then
Other
we
than your
understand
own.
each other.
I understood you from the get-go. There's no miscommunication here. I just came to understand what the hell kickstarted the chaos.
What kickstarted the chaos is sketchy conversations occurring because I was also eavesdropping, and
So
I don't
you
trust
heard a
anybody in
conversation.
this house.
If you were eavesdropping, you heard the conversation.
I was being facetious.
Oh. There's a lot of things that look sketchy, things that might not be sketchy. So if they're claiming it's not sketchy, then I told you perception weighs more than facts sometimes in this house. So that's all I'm saying. But I just don't want to be accused as a psychological manipulator or just a showman.
Paul, when I say that you're playing a psychological game, I don't think that that is a negative thing. There are ways to play
It can't
this
be a
game.
positive
and
thing.
How can there's ways to play this game, and being psychologically smart about it is not negative.
But I don't understand what you mean by a psychological game. You keep throwing the word around, but I don't necessarily understand what you're scratching at. So I'm asking you. You're saying I have a psychological pull on people.
I explained it. You are a veteran. People have watched your seasons and they like you, so they seek your approval. And I think that you use that to get what you want from people. So that is what I mean when I say psychological gameplay.
Again, I don't tell people what to do. They ask me, I give them their advice, but I never push my agenda on anybody because I'm playing my own game. And my own game is having my own safety every week. Because clearly there are people who aren't so truthful. So how could I trust people when I see every week people going either against their word, flip-flopping, or just flat out being full of shit? So, I
Well,
don't-
you decide to work with those people because I have been very straightforward with my agenda. I have not lied, I have not manipulated, and I have not been sneaking around. My agenda has always been 100% clear.
your agenda has been. But the person who you're most loyal to is the complete opposite. So then explain to me how that would work.
He made one decision on week 2. There are other people in this house who have lied and manipulated all 5 weeks in this house. But yet, everyone wants to point one finger because it helps them succeed in this game to have a big target moving around. So,
And I am not a big target.
when the entire house just wants to point one way, then once he's gone and once I'm gone, yeah, you're a big target, Paul.
And I know that.
So why not keep the target on us? Benefits everybody else in this game.
No,
I get that.
I never pointed a target at you. But the person who put a target on me, I did the same.
You think
It
that
has
people
nothing to do with
haven't
you.
told me about private conversations. People don't keep their word in this house. People relay messages, and I know of things that you have said that I don't feel like throwing anybody under the bus, but I know my name has came out of your mouth.
You know,
I know.
based off of the same people you said that are untrustworthy, who can say things you know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And again, it's just gameplay. So my feelings aren't hurt. But don't think that I'm completely ignorant to everything that's going on in this house and that you're the only one having people feed you information.
Never said that you were ignorant, and I never said any of that. But if in one sentence you call people liars and manipulators, and then in the other sentence you believe...
People do what benefits them in this game.
I know that, trust me. I just wanted clarity on exactly what the hell happened.
Well, Cody had nothing to do with it.
But that's not what people are saying.
Of course not. You weren't even in the room. God. It's comical. I'm honestly to the point where I'm just laughing at it all because it's all so theatrical. And great, we'll have a great season. But taking it to personal levels and saying specific things that will affect people outside of this house, that's where I think it's crossing the line. And that's just all I'm going to say about it.
Are you hinting that at me?
No,
Oh.
no.
I don't have any other questions, so
Okay.
thanks for ping-ponging back.
Can you hand me my cup right there, please?
There's barely anything left.
Oh, it's okay. I just wanted to take a nap.